Hello and welcome to tutorial number 31 in the Microsoft Visual Basic.NET programming tutorials, and this is going to be a really easy tutorial, a really laid back one, just to teach you how to make your own web browser. Now this is one of the really fun parts of Visual Basic, and there are many fun parts in Visual Basic and you're really going to enjoy it. So go ahead and create a new project and we'll just call it web browser. Now I'm just going to teach you the basics, the basic coding in web browsers, and you can just Google if you want any more advanced things, or you can leave a comment and I'll answer you. So now we've got our form loaded up, make it a bit bigger, change the text to web browser, and we'll just change the form border style to fixed to the window because I like that. And first of all, we're just going to learn how to make a web browser visit a URL. So go ahead and add a button, change the text to visit URL, and then scroll down in a toolbox and add a web browser. Where is it? There we go. Okay, now when you've done that, double click visit URL, and we're simply going to type web browser 1 dot navigate, and in brackets and quotations the URL we want to make it navigate to. So in this case you're going to use, it's going to do Google. So all that's going to do is navigate to www.google.com, and let's test this out. And there we go, navigates to Google. So now we know how to navigate to URL. Well, it wouldn't be very useful if our web browser only navigates to one URL. So I hope you already thought of this before I've done this, because we've been through this many times. Just add a text box, and we're going to make web browser 1 navigate to the text inside text box 1. So make this a bit bigger. And now that we have text box 1, if you've added it, double click the button again, and we'll delete the string and the quotations and change it to web browser 1.navigate textbox1.text. And all this is going to do is navigate to the text inside textbox 1. And now we're going to add some simple buttons that we can add. The first button is going to be to go back, so just change the text to back. The second button is going to be to go forward, so change the text to forward. And the third button is just going to refresh the page, so refresh. Now this code is really simple and logical, really easy to understand. So just double click back, and you probably guessed this already, web browser 1.go back. And next on forward, web browser 1.go forward. And you probably guessed this as well, web browser 1.refresh. So all this is doing, in clicking button 2, it's going to refresh web browser, button 2 is going to go back to the previous page in web browser 1. Button 3 is going to go forward, and button 4 is going to refresh the page. So let's just test this out. First of all, we'll test out visiting the URL, so we'll go to google.com. And there we are, went to Google. And now we'll go to youtube.com, and it works. And now we'll go to runescape.com, and that works too. So now let's test the back button. We'll go back, and it goes back to YouTube. Back again, goes back to Google. Forward, and it goes to YouTube. And let's refresh this page. And there we go. Now you may have noticed a little problem up here in text box 1. It's still saying www.runescape.com. Now we can fix this easily. Just close this, and you're going to click on web browser 1 first, and then in this little lightning type icon thing, you know what you want to call it, but the text is events. Click on that, and if we scroll down to navigated here, inside this white blank text box here, double click, and this is going to bring us to web browser 1 navigated which is going to handle webbrowser1.navigated, and this is what's going to happen every time a page loads. And we're simply going to say textbox1.text equals webbrowser1.url.toString. And some people use timers for this, but timers, they're really, you could say, unstable in applications if you run them over and over like that. But this is the proper way to do it, well, my preferred way, just using webbrowser1.navigated. And this is just, all it's going to do is change the text inside textbox1 every time webbrowser1 loads a page. And it's going to change the text to the current URL .toString. So let's test this out. You'll also notice that it gives the HTTP when we load the page, or visit this. It changed the URL here. We go to runescape.com and we'll go to YouTube. Oops, youtube.com. And now if we want to go back, it's going to display runescape.com, back again, Google, forward, RuneScape, refresh, RuneScape. So that's just basically how you create a simple web browser in Microsoft Visual Basic.net. So if you have any questions, please just leave a comment, or if you have any suggestions or requests, leave a comment, and please subscribe and rate the video. Thanks for watching.